SGP wager required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit. 7 days restrictions applied. Sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-270-7117. FanDuel Sportsbook's the official partner of 97 on the ticket.
I saved big money with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, so I finally bought that new set of golf clubs. Watch out, fairway. Here I come.
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big with Progressive, but your other expenses won't just disappear. Are those clubs going to help you when the hot water heater dies? Also, it sounds like your money is better spent on golf lessons.
Time to go shoot the course record.
No, but maybe time for a reality check. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Microban 24 protects against Staphylococcus aureus and Enterobacter aerogenes bacteria, but does not provide 24-hour protection against viruses. Every time you touch a surface, you leave behind bacteria. Use Microban 24 sanitizing spray to keep surfaces sanitized all day. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of bacteria and viruses initially, including the virus that causes COVID-19. Microban 24 keeps killing bacteria for 24 hours, touch after touch. When used as directed, Microban 24, touch after touch, it doesn't give up.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
My sweet cheeks feeling squeaky clean. When Charmin's rolling behind the scenes, Charmin TP gives me those cheeky clean feels. That ultra strong hype is all for real. Those TV rolls got me a Charmin clean toothpaste. Cheek to cheek feeling oh so shook.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Welcome to AutoZone, where we've got more ways to get what you need fast and take care of that fall tune-up. With our free same-day store pickup, you can order online and pick it up today at your local AutoZone. Or we can bring it to you with our free next-day delivery. Just order on AutoZone.com by 10 p.m. and we'll have it at your front door the next day. Getting your job done just got easier. Free next-day delivery on eligible orders. Restrictions at AutoZone.com.
I need these boxes of bin 7. Oh, hello? Hi. I just want to call in and find out when
Whitney's warehouse foreman just retired, and the replacement needs to move to fulfillment.
Guys, can we get the dock cleared now?
Indeed can help her hire the people she needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Better bets, bet smarter, and beat the books today. Download the BetQL app today to better your chances.
Oh yes, we are rolling along on a Sunday night. Kind of gloomy weather out there, although it looks like the sun's coming out a little bit. That gloomy weather forced a postponement of Tiger baseball this afternoon. So it's all in a hizzy here at 97.1 The Ticket. We'll move things around, send out scheduling emails, do this, that, and the other. And whoa! We forgot to have Jake Rima on the air, but I'm so glad to be on the air with you. 248-539-9797. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And you know what? I fully believe in being 100% authentic with anybody listening in. Lost my mom in 2020. Lost my mom to cancer. A lot of people in that same boat. It's a tough spot to be in. So Mother's Day is tough. But I do know a lot of moms out there listening in, supporting. I appreciate that. And a special Happy Mother's Day shout out to my aunt and grandmother. Both fantastic moms. Love them dearly. But we're talking Lions. We're talking the NFC North in a bigger picture. Is Justin Fields all of a sudden inheriting a potential division grasping opportunity? I mean, this Bears roster arguably is the second best behind the Packers. We can all agree the Packers are the team to beat, assuming Aaron Rodgers is still the quarterback. But that might not be the case. We also have a ticket texter at 248-539-9797 saying, I'm much more worried about Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. And that's fair, too. You get a healthy Adam Thielen back. Alvin Cook. I mean, again, one more game this year, so a 17-game season. But does 9-8 get you in? I mean, the NFC North might. playoffs, right? This is a long, drawn-out ticket text, so I'm going to try to give you the Spark Notes version. I think it relates to me saying we're blindly trusting this organization. 248-539-9797 says, have you ever worked for an a-hole? After a while, you don't try hard. Of course, implying that was probably more Patricia than Quinn, but we'll just call it Quinn Tricia for this conversation. I'd be interested to see how hard they play for the new regime. Maybe our defense isn't too bad after all. The scheme will be different. I wish Stafford nothing but the best. And the rest I can't read on it. But it makes sense. It makes sense. I hear that. I absolutely hear that. New regime, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Coupled with the fact that this fan base, our fan base, we're one of you, has suffered long enough from inept management. And so this is an opportunity to buy in because it's a new regime. It's a fresh start, sure. I mean, you got a former NFL tight end who looks like the dude talking about biting kneecaps. What's not to love? Come on. Another ticket text, 248-539-9797. Jake, I am with you. Let's do this. We all know Justin Fields finished at Ohio State, and as Michigan fans, we tend to dismiss the Buckeyes, and then it gets all messed up again. I think there's a problem with our ticket text. I don't know. Apologize to all the listeners out there. I know how to read, I promise. And I graduated from Medill. Hello. 48539-9797. Also have Jeff Blashill on the table for you for discussion. I know there's some shiny toys out there, if you will. One in the form of Gerard Gallant as a possible replacement. Probably don't need to remind Red Wings fans, or hockey fans for that matter, but I will anyways. He was drafted by the Wings in the 80s. Spent 9 seasons in Detroit. One of Yzerman's teammates. We know they're boys. And he had some success with Vegas. Got them to the Stanley Cup. Did not win a Stanley Cup, but got them to the Stanley Cup. There's something we're talking fresh starts. I mean, what's more fresh than a rebuilding team like the Red Wings to have a new coach? Want to get this in the mix as well? Rory Mcilroy wins the Wells Fargo Open. Is he back? Ticket text coming in, 248-539-9797. Definitely think Fields and the Bears can be the best team in the North in 2022. They've always had a good defense. Montgomery is underrated. Terrible GM, but a solid franchise. If they can make the playoffs with Mitch and Foles, you think Fields will, at the very least, do the same? Yes! Yes! Thank you! This is what I'm losing sleep over. Exactly. I mean, obviously I don't articulate very well. I wish this ticket texter would have signed his name. Because that is exactly how I feel. Again, I don't know what they do in Chicago. They always have a good defense. Maybe it's because the weather conditions are always miserable. Right off the lake. I mean, has anyone ever been to Soldier Field? Probably. It's right off the lake. It's beautiful. Again, I go back and forth on the Chicago stuff. I know as Detroiters, Michiganders, we're supposed to, I mean, they're kind of our rival. We don't like them. They don't like us. That's fair. I lived in Chicago. Went to Northwestern. Even interned for the Bulls. Pistons opponent tonight. A lot of people for the Chicago Bulls. Great people there. Zach LaVine, superstar in the making. So I have some ties, if you will, to Chicago. And this would be very Chicagoan to somehow luck out on the draft. Fields falls to you. And then all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay. The Packers are in shambles. I'm not bought in on the Vikings. I'm sorry. don't think you go out and say, oh, the NFC North, you might even be able to equate to the NFC East last year, where the Cowboys were terrible, Eagles were terrible, the football team made the playoffs. Who am I missing? The Giants. Oh gosh. We hear afternoons how bad the Giants are Monday through Friday. That said, maybe the NFC North becomes that division that's not a dumpster fire, but it's winnable. You know the term in golf? I've mixed in a little golf here. It's gettable. Oh, course conditions are very gettable right now. Thanks, Jake. The NFC North is very gettable right now. And I know the Lions, I don't want it to sound like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, because I believe in rebuilding the right way. Again, I'm not on all the time, so I got to make the most of when I am. Last year at this time, I was pounding the table. Tua Tagovailoa. I wanted so badly for the Queen Trisha era to start the rebuild, but I guess you can't blame them because their jobs were on the line. They're not going to start rebuilding at the risk of losing their jobs. I mean, we're all selfish a little bit. Nobody wants to lose their job. Again, that's crying over spilled milk. What's that cheesy saying? Don't cry or smile because, I don't know, smile because it happened. No, I'm not smiling because the Queen Trisha era happened. I'm angry. I wanted them to draft Tua. And I know it's only 1 year sample size, but Tua doesn't exactly look like a world beater either. All that said, I think the division is ripe for the taking. And knowing what we know now, and again, it's only been 1 week post-draft, but the Rodgers stuff started to break on draft night with Adam Schefter, which if you're really into the whole national scene, Adam Schefter was on the Dan Patrick Show this week kind of explaining the rationale and how he broke the story. I'm not going to go all journalistic nerd on you, but not exactly. I mean, Shefty's the standard. He's as good as it gets. Everybody knows that. Also a Northwestern grad. Went to Michigan for undergrad, Northwestern postgrad. But he had the information about Rodgers being upset in Green Bay, waited to draft night to release it, because he knew that, again, I'm not going to go journalistic nerd on you, but his timing was very strategic when he released that information without there being any new information there. That said, a week forward, Justin Fields is the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Aaron Rodgers might be on his way out. What if, I'm a big what if guy because that's what this season's all about. It's draft season. What if Lions would have chose to rebuild with Justin Fields instead of the Bears? 248-539-9797. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, I want to mix in some everyman stuff. A couple of things on the docket. We listen to the station often. We're all best friends here, obviously. Rieger's my guy. Everybody knows that. I love producing for him. We have great friendship, golf together a lot. One thing, and whether you like him on the radio or not, one thing he can do, he knows how to recommend good TV shows.
meals at participating wineries along Old Mission and Leelanau Peninsula. Then back to the resort for a wine and food pairing outdoor dinner. Book your Traverse Wine Coast weekend today at GrandTraverseResort.com.
For the ones who keep going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bodega, Alpha and Omega. Siamese sailors sell celery sandwiches. Sawing-a-bada, serving platter.
Hey, Jamie?
Yes?
Did you want to try reading that line on the script there?
Oh, yeah, let's see. You can say big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, that one?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm just not warmed up yet. Shouldn't be long. Detector test.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive today.
A marm McMangle by Musha Pancake.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
To all you do-it-yourselfers, get ready to welcome Freya into the fam. Because America's #1 oil filter brand now has their own new line of motor oil and fluids. And it's only at Advance and Conquest Auto Parts. Stop into Advance and choose from 4 new Freya oil change bundles starting at just $20.99. They have the oil and filters you need to keep your engine running stronger and longer. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating Conquest locations. See store for details.
A lot can happen in a day. A lot of, make any day a payday with the BetQL Day Pass. Unlock all of BetQL's proven analytics, 5-star bets, and insider info for just one day, so you can make better bets on whatever single day you want. No subscriptions, no streams, all for less than $3. Download the BetQL app today or visit BetQL.com. Microban 24 protects against Staphylococcus aureus and Enterobacter aerogenes bacteria, but does not provide 24-hour protection against viruses. Every time you touch a surface, you leave behind bacteria. Use Microban 24 sanitizing spray to keep surfaces sanitized all day. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of bacteria and viruses initially, including the virus that causes COVID-19. Microban 24 keeps killing bacteria for 24 hours, touch after touch. When used as directed, Microban 24, touch after touch, it doesn't give up.
Here's the dirt on dust. It may seem fine, but it's actually made of dead skin cells and dust mite droppings. That's where Swiffer heavy-duty dusters come in, with thousands of specially coated fibers to trap and block dust in one swipe. Dust can't hide on ceiling fans and bookshelves anymore. When you're done, just remove the disposable cloth and voila! That dust is gone for good. Now that you know the dirt, say goodbye to the dust. Swiffer heavy-duty dusters. Stop cleaning. Start Swiffering.
Super Car Wash gives you unlimited chances to keep your car clean. For just $12.95 a month, wash every day at any 11 locations. It's quick, easy, and contactless. Plus, free vacuums and handheld drying. That's $12.95 a month. Drive up and sign up at Super Car Wash.
Feel super. Go unlimited today.
No sweeter sound. It's time to hear the game. He has gone. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1, The Ticket, and the Odyssey app.
Jay Primo with you on 97.1 The Ticket, taking you up to Pistons basketball. They're tipping off around 8 o'clock. Our coverage starts at 7:35. Pistons, Bulls. We're talking a little Chicago sports. Jay, did you go to grad school in Chicago? Northwestern? Oh, did you intern for the Bulls? Nobody cares. That said, Pistons, Bulls. Tune in. Ticket text is at 248-539-9797. That's also the phone number. We go to the phones. Mark on a cell. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. What's up, Mark?
Good evening.
Good evening to you as well. How are you?
Good. I agree that Sewell was the correct pick, but you can say without a doubt Detroit does or will need a quarterback in the immediate future.
Right, so you're not a golf believer, nor am I.
It's just at this time, drafting a quarterback would be setting the person up to fail. You'd have a suspect offensive line, and no receivers. And
Immediately, yes. I mean, 2021, if we're just doing the wins and loss thing, that's going to be a failure regardless. But I think long-term wise, maybe you start to build around that quarterback. You get him in that rookie deal. You got that 5-year window. Yes, the beginning year, we'll even say 2 years might be ugly. But then maybe you got the division by the throat, right? Am I crazy for thinking that?
Well, you're certainly paying Goff $30 million a year to sit the bench.
No. Mentor. He'll mentor our guy.
But I just don't see if drafting a rookie and trying to put him in there, that you'd be putting him into a position where he can succeed, and he'll take a beating for a few years. And we've already seen what happens to the Detroit quarterback when they come out and take beatings.
No, that's very true. And Mark, appreciate the call. But what I'll say to that is, yes, he would take a beating, so to speak, in 2021, and maybe even Goff plays this year. Again, I'm just, for lack of a better term, I'm brainstorming at the thought and trying to prevent a Bears takeover. And with that, so Goff maybe is your quarterback for 2021, even after drafting Fields. Again, the rookie deal doesn't pigeonhole you financially. And Goff's still making his money for the next 2 years. We agree the next 2 years aren't great. But then you've got the draft capital. You've got the additional picks from the Rams. You're going to be terrible. So you've got the potential top 5 picks, we'll call it, just to be safe, maybe top 10, that you can, again, continue to build up that offensive line. And maybe, you know what, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because there are some good quarterbacks in the hopper that will be coming out next year when you know, again, the Lions undoubtedly be terrible again. Sam Howell from North Carolina. I think that guy makes things happen. There's a kid from USC. I'm blanking on his name now. But the point being, there's going to be quarterbacks that you can invest in at a later time. More sample size, better determination of who is going to be better, Justin Fields or those potential franchise-changing quarterbacks. 248-539-9797. Taking your calls and your ticket text leading up to Pistons basketball. I mentioned in the 7 o'clock hour, talk about some failed TV recommendations from Jeff Rieger. That all became because I got Apple TV. Whoa, whole new world. Whoa. Whole new world. Apple TV, first time Apple user. Don't even get me started on that. The only reason I got an Apple iPhone, I guess I could just say iPhone, not sound like I'm 80 years old. No offense. So I can FaceTime my nieces. That's the only reason. I will stand by anybody and debate pound for pound. Apple is not the best piece of technological equipment. A cell phone, it's a Samsung. We do more. If everybody had a Samsung, we'd understand that. But because they've captured the market with the branding, everything is more functional by everybody having Apple, iMessage, FaceTime, and that sort of thing. So I came. But with that came Apple TV. We're going to break down Apple TV at 7 o'clock hour. I also want to talk in the 7 o'clock hour about the controversy in horse racing, because I think it speaks to a bigger question that I've been tossing around. The bigger question is, well, let me back up a little bit. So Medina Spirit won the Kentucky Derby. And I'm not a horse racing guy. There's plenty of those guys out there, and I admire them because they have a hell of a time. I mean, watching a horse race is one of the most exciting events. You know, what do they say about the Kentucky Derby, fastest minute in sports? It's so fun. But I love the sport. The 3 Triple Crown races: Belmont, Preakness, and Kentucky Derby. But there's controversy because Medina Spirit, the horse that won the Kentucky Derby, failed his post-race drug tests. And the bigger picture is Bob Baffert, the legendary Hall of Fame trainer. You know, again, I don't want to go down the history books of horse racing, but you probably know Bob Baffert. And he's been busted before in cheating. And again, innocent until proven guilty this time around, but he's been proven guilty in the past. And he could be facing some serious consequences. And more will come out on this. Today's the first day that it's been public knowledge that there's an investigation being launched. And it's a little bit different because we're not talking about baseball players taking steroids. We're talking about innocent animals. And again, to dive into what happened with Medina Spirit, he was He tested positive for a steroid post-race. The steroid aids healing and recovery, and it's not illegal, but the amount that was found in his system is illegal. And again, I'm not pretending to be horse racing guy or veterinarian. I come from a family of veterinarians, and they're a hell of a lot smarter than me. Shout out to my grandfather, uncle, and cousin. They're a hell of a lot smarter than me. They're a veterinarian. I don't know everything that goes into dealing with animals, but I know that Bob Baffert is the human behind this. But the bigger picture is integrity in sports. And the easy local tie is AJ Hinch. And again, I wish we had longer, but in the 7 o'clock hour, I want to ask the question, is integrity missing in sports? Are we getting to a point where winning? I'm a win at all costs kind of guy without sacrificing integrity. And yes, what does that look like? That's a fine line and worthy of discussion. Ticket text 248-539-9797. A couple of funny ones coming in. I don't know if I can read this on the air. I don't get a lot of compliments, so the rare occasion that I do, I don't even know if this is a compliment. Jake makes me hot and bothered. Take it. Because I think the Bears are going to take over the NFC North, or for other reasons. I don't know. Jake, have you ever run a show before? You're doing good. Thanks. I mean, I've ran shows, hosted a couple times. Oh, this is a good one. Jake, who did the Falcons fire as their general manager? I guess we got to revisit this right before break. Yes, I am the update anchor that Valenti, Enrico, and Kenny, and Roberto, everybody, and David all accused me of drinking on the job because I stuttered when I said Falcons have fired general manager. General manager, they have a good time with it. It is what it is, people. Anybody that's ever done an update before, I was doing one last night where my brain just shut off. It's a lot harder than it sounds. It's cool if you do something that is easier than it looks, but when you're doing something that's harder than it looks, not that cool. And you know what? I stuttered. I was not drinking on the job. There's a time for drinking. There's a time for working. I just happened to stutter. I appreciate the ticket text. Yes, Jake Remo is the same update anchor that stuttered, and Mike Valenti and the afternoon crew, Enrico and everybody had a great time with it. And it was funny. Listen, Mike and I still laugh about that. 248-539-9797. We'll talk Kentucky Derby, integrity in sports, and TV recommendations in the 7 o'clock hour. It's 97.1 The Ticket.
If you're very quiet, you can hear it. The joy, the freedom, the crunch. From 100% whole grain oats. Stay outside longer with Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Granola Bars. We are better outside.
Hi, I'm David Hull from Hull Financial. Did you know that in 2020, the average homeowner gained $20,000 in home equity? You can start on home improvement projects or pay off lingering debt with the increasing equity in your home. Hull Financial's one-of-a-kind process allows the majority of our loans to close in 10 business days or less. Take advantage of historically low mortgage interest rates and go to davidhallmortgage.com.
Hull Financial, NMLS ID 1467435, Equal Housing Lender.
Come on, come in, let the fun begin.
At MichiganLottery.com, the one place you'll find exclusive games like Queen of Diamonds and Michigan Cash Draw, plus Powerball and Mega Millions that can reach $1 million. Cash out online or at your favorite store. And all proceeds support Michigan schools and businesses. Get 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. Plus free games. Sign up with code radio. No limits is always the best option.
While we've been staying safe at home, scientists have been on a journey. The destination, a COVID-19 vaccine. This journey began decades ago with research into other coronaviruses. Scientists built from there with months of research and development, cooperation with other experts worldwide, and clinical trials on tens of thousands of volunteers of diverse race, age, and health status. They arrived at a safe, effective vaccine, and millions in Michigan have already been vaccinated. But the next step is ours. We need to get the first vaccine available to us, keep wearing masks correctly, and taking precautions until we reach our destination, freedom from COVID-19. and getting back to the lives we love. Discover the facts for yourself at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Have you lost your government subsidy for your health insurance? Have you lost your insurance altogether? Are you leaving your job and being offered COBRA? Or are you just tired of paying those high premiums from an Affordable Care Act plan? If so, you need to call Mike for National Benefit Plans. He'll shop all your options. He puts together a full benefit package that fits your needs and budget, and he'll always tell you what your best option is. Call Mike now, 877-734-2200, or on the web at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Benefit Plans would like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time-consuming? Then go to Babbel.com and try it for free. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. In 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel was created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hello, Detroit. Get WOW Superfast Internet for less than Comcast, starting at just $29.99 per month. WOW has the speed. Go online to learn how to get $150 on us. Offer details at wowway.com. Wow. Last year, 97 won the Ticket Student Heart Check program detected over 150 student athletes who needed a follow-up with a cardiologist to ensure they have a healthy heart. Make time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit.
Hey, I put a Gatorade Zero in the freezer and I forgot about it. It's still there. That's fine. Just I didn't want it to freeze solid in there. Alright. We'll talk to you later.
News, a familiar name has once again won a tournament for the first time since 2019, and that's Rory Mcilroy. He shoots 3 under today, 10 under for the tournament to edge out Abraham Answer, who was 9 under. Answer was actually better today, but Rory built up a big enough lead to hold on. Rory Mcilroy wins the Wells Fargo Championship. Some controversy in horse racing. Last weekend's Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit tested positive post-race for a steroid used in healing and recovery. And his Derby title is in serious jeopardy. If disqualified, he'd be the second horse ever in the history of the race. Bigger story, Churchill Downs has suspended Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert. Baffert has denied all wrongdoing and promised to be fully transparent with the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission during its investigation. At the Ticket Update desk inside the Jamie Samuelson Studios, I'm Jake Riedma. For more, 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
The Detroit Pistons host the Chicago Bulls. Pre-game tonight at 7:35 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Oh yes, welcome in with you for another half hour. Many counting down the minutes. I get it. Pistons basketball coming up. I really do love anytime the Pistons and Bulls get together. Jake Riedma with you here on 97.1 The Ticket. Top of the hour means a little show reset. Started out by talking my biggest fear, which is, speaking of Chicago, the Chicago Bears taking stranglehold of the NFC North by drafting their franchise quarterback in Justin Fields, a playoff-ready roster. They made the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles. They played in that Nickelodeon game against the Saints. That was awesome. Oh, man, it was, and the broadcaster, Ian Eagle's son, gosh, I can't think of his first name, Mr. Eagle. He's the Clippers play-by-play guy, but I'm going off a little bit on a tangent here, but that Nickelodeon broadcast of the Bears-Saints playoff game was amazing. I loved it. Slime time, all that. That was great. But my biggest fear is that the Lions, and maybe not even to a fault of their own, but they might have handed the keys, and I guess with the assistance of Aaron Rodgers departing from Green Bay, they might have handed the keys the Chicago Bears, the keys to the NFC North, of course, for the next few years, the foreseeable future, because I think Justin Fields is going to be a franchise quarterback. Hey, he went to Ohio State. No quarterback from Ohio State can ever be good. Watch the Clemson tape. And don't watch the National Championship or the Big Ten Championship, because my Northwestern Cats, go Cats, shut them down. But we start with that, so I'll always take your calls, 248-539-9797. Ticket text as well, same exact number. Rory Mcilroy has won the Wells Fargo Championship. I know a very, very, very small portion of the audience gives a damn, but hey, I love golf. I'll talk anytime about golf. So, is Rory back? Do you care? And then, of course, we closed the last segment. Oh, no, we mixed in some Jeff Blashill as well. I believe Jeff Blashill deserves to see this thing through as the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings. Shiny toys be damned. Grass isn't always greener on the other side. Jake, aren't you suggesting that the grass was green on the other side with the Lions drafting Justin Fields? Or potentially? Yes, I am. But just ignore that. 248-539-9797. And does sports have an integrity problem? Every time you flip on the news or ESPN.com or any of the talking heads, aren't we talking about some kind of scandal? I mean, the latest is Bob Baffert. And again, I love the Kentucky Derby, love the Belmont Preakness, but I'm not watching horse racing nonstop. But that's the latest. Medina Spirit, innocent horse, failed his post-race drug test and is in danger, if I could talk, sorry about that, in danger of having his Kentucky Derby title, and probably more importantly, the purse, fancy way of saying prize money, stripped. 248-539-9797. We go to the phones. David's in Southfield. Now he's on 97 the ticket. What's going on, David?
How are you? Thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely. What's up, man?
I think that the fact that the Lions passed on the QB from Ohio State, I think that a lot of teams passed that were in a position to take him, and there was an obvious reason. But let me say this. The Lions are in good hands. To me, they had probably the best draft or second best draft of any team in the NFL, and I think it's going to show sooner than later. I think the fact that Jeff is not getting the accolades that he needs to have. He did go to a Super Bowl. He did make the Rams a playoff team, and I think that even the free agents that the Lions are drafting are under the radar. No one's talking about them, the wideouts and so forth. I think you're going to see the proven product on the field, and they're going to represent the coach of the Lions as well as the brain trust. I'm going to sit back and enjoy that. Make no mistake, Fields was passed on for a reason, and he's not going to be Chicago's savior.
All right, Dave, stay with me, because there's a lot to unpack there, and I appreciate the call. Stay with me here, because I want to go piece by piece, if you will. You said the Lions had one of the best drafts. I mean, is that a Lions fan talking, or how are you stating that? Like, yeah, I agree that they addressed some issues, but
my son played Division I. This is the football guy talking. My son played in school in college. But what I like to say to you is that the draft was the best that they probably had the last 10 years.
Okay, I'll agree with you. I mean, the standard's pretty low.
Not only that, the brain trust that they have, Mr. Holmes, from the coaching staff, all the way down is going to make a difference out there on the field. You got guys such as their number one draft choice, the quarterback from Ohio State, that didn't get the ample chance on the field. He got hurt. He had poor management. Okay? When you have poor management, there's nothing that you can do. A team can be turned around, as you know, in a season. I think that the Lions are going to be a sleeper, and I think they're going to take NFC North based on not only the fact that they're drafting the right kind of players, but they solidified their defense more so than their offense, which is what they should have done in the first place. And all these guys, they're picking up these lower round drafts. You need to take a good look at the film on these guys. They got some sleepers. They got a wideout. They got the kid from Oregon. Let me tell you something, man. I said it first. They're going to make the playoffs the coming year and the years afterwards because of the brain trust. The guy knows talent. Mr. Holmes knows talent. He knows exactly what he's doing.
All right, David, I appreciate the call. A lot to weigh in on there. The kid from Oregon, Jermar Jefferson, 7th-round pick, Oregon State, but not that matters. Or maybe he's talking about Penei Sewell, the offensive lineman from Oregon, but I think he said running back from Oregon. That's Jermar Jefferson. It's a 7th-round pick. You want to talk about passing on people for a reason. I mean, he was the 2nd pick away from being Mr. Irrelevant. I'm not putting my hope in Jermar Jefferson as a 7th-round pick, running back no less. It's a reason this team is, or this front office is something to believe in. But I'll hear you on this. And again, appreciate the call, David. I'll hear you on the fact that what choice do we have but to believe in this front office? And again, the bar is so unbelievably low because of just the despicable decisions made by the previous regime and the franchise for that matter. I mean, I don't have to remind anybody. We don't need to unpeel those layers and, scratch off those scars. Jim Caldwell, Jim Schwartz, Millen. Come on. Bar's so low. Of course we're going to blindly trust something new. But I think it'd be doing a disservice to just blindly trust without discussing each and every pick and breaking it down. That's what we do. And discussing the different routes that could have been taken. The routes that Chicago chose to take by drafting Justin Fields. He was there for you. I love these ticket texts. Keep them coming. 248-539-9797. Justin Fields? I think that's the tone he had. LMAO. Laugh my butt off. He might make a good receiver, but not an NFL quarterback. People are convinced. Jake, you're just being cynical. Am I? Did you watch the game against Clemson? Clemson had a pretty good defense, right? Let's get to the question. 248-539-9797. Continue taking your calls, your texts, getting you set for Pistons basketball. Bottom of the hour, Pistons Bull. Stay with us. Jake Reitman here on 97.1 The Ticket.
If you're very quiet, you can hear it. The joy, the freedom, the crunch. For 100% whole grain oats, stay outside longer with Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Granola Bars. We are better outside.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
You heard you could save big when you bundle home and auto with Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw a link for a survey about which type of bread you are. And now you're on question 17, barely scratching the surface of your bread identity. You always thought of yourself as a brioche, but are you actually more of a pumpernickel? Ah, yes. They said it was easy to save money bundling with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide. And we're bringing it right where your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Here's the dirt on dust. It It may seem fine, but it's actually made of dead skin cells and dust mite droppings. That's where Swiffer heavy-duty dusters come in, with thousands of specially coated fibers to trap and block dust in one swipe. Dust can't hide on ceiling fans and bookshelves anymore. When you're done, just remove the disposable cloth and voila! That dust is gone for good. Now that you know the dirt, say goodbye to the dust. Swiffer heavy-duty dusters. Stop cleaning. Start Swiffering.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. From rent increases, to increased orders, to, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times. But don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward with fast, reliable internet on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses and gives you the flexibility